The story of the Mare, or Mara, in Norse mythology is a haunting tale of a supernatural entity tied to nightmares, fear, and oppression. The Mare is a female spirit associated with the night, often depicted as a malicious being that torments sleeping individuals by sitting on their chest, leaving them paralyzed with terror. This myth embodies deep fears of the unknown and reflects the Norse understanding of the vulnerability of sleep and the mind. In Norse lore, the Mare was believed to be a spirit or sometimes even a cursed person who transformed into this nocturnal tormentor. By night, the Mare would slip silently into homes, its form often intangible and mist-like, though some accounts describe her as an unnaturally thin woman with long, pale hair and hollow, piercing eyes. She was neither fully human nor fully divine, existing in a liminal space between the living and the dead, between waking and dreaming. The Mare would find her way to her victim, settling upon their chest as they lay in slumber. This act caused the sleeper to feel immense pressure, as though a great weight pressed down on them, robbing them of breath and the ability to move. Their dreams would turn dark and oppressive, filled with dread, confusion, and horror. These night terrors, induced by the Mare, were thought to be not just psychological but physical attacks, leaving the victim drained and sometimes even marked with bruises or scratches. The origins of the Mare are ambiguous, but in many versions of the story, she is said to be the restless spirit of a wronged or cursed woman. In some tales, a Mare could be created when a person, most often a woman, was subjected to severe trauma, betrayal, or unfulfilled desires in life. Upon death, their anguish transformed them into a Mare, compelled to inflict their torment upon others as a grim reflection of their own suffering. In other versions, living individuals could become Mares unwittingly, especially if they possessed a deep bitterness or envy in their hearts. By night, their spirits would leave their bodies and roam, terrorizing others in their sleep. The Mare's influence was not confined to humans alone. In Norse agrarian society, the Mare was also blamed for incidents of livestock becoming restless or unwell during the night. Horses, in particular, were believed to be frequent targets of the Mare's torment. Farmers would often find their horses trembling, sweating, and exhausted in the morning, with their manes tangled into intricate knots. These knots were called Mare braids, and were thought to be the handiwork of the Mare during her nocturnal visits. To protect themselves from the Mare, Norse communities developed various rituals and superstitions. One common practice was placing iron objects near the bed, as iron was believed to ward off malevolent spirits. Some people slept with knives or scissors under their pillows for the same reason. Others would carve runes of protection onto their bedposts or hang specific herbs, such as juniper or mistletoe, around their sleeping area. Doors and windows were tightly shut, and sometimes crosses or other symbols of protection were marked around entrances to keep the Mare at bay. The story of the Mare holds a deeper psychological resonance, reflecting the universal human fear of the unknown and the vulnerabilities of sleep. In a time when illnesses, mental distress, and unexplained deaths were often attributed to supernatural causes, the Mare became a personification of these fears. She was not merely a myth but a cultural explanation for the unexplainable, sleep paralysis, nightmares, and the unease of waking to an oppressive, unseen force.